Kathmandu is famous for its embroidered t-shirts that are made by artists who painstakingly make them with old-style sewing machines. Visitors to Nepal can see them being made and sold in some of the tourist areas of Kathmandu. One may not understand the history of this art form and think that these shirts are all mass-produced on some big machine someplace. One might just walk right past these shops without understanding all the time, skills, and artistry that goes into making them. While some of the patterns for the embroideries are very commonly used by many stores, there are also many individual embroidery artists who can do custom designs to your specifications and are also creating their own unique designs. One can find some true gems if they walk around looking into some of the shops where someone is making these shirts. I decided to look into the history of these amazing artisans and try to find a little bit more about this art form. I heard that the craft really began in the 1970s, and possibly a man named Hamid Kaji Joshi may have been one of the first to bring in this idea of the embroidered t-shirts. I have some friends who have been master embroiderers for many years in Nepal and asked them who they would recommend that I talk to if I'm looking for an early pioneer. Salim Guna was highly recommended as an artist who had come up with many of the designs in the early 1980s that were later copied by many other embroiderers. He is originally from Tibet, then spent a few years in Kashmir before settling in Nepal. I arranged a meeting with him and sat down to meet and interview him on camera. So, my name's Tara, and what is your name?
Salim.
Salim. You've been making the embroidered t-shirts for how many years?
1977, I think it started.
1977. You've been starting to make the really fancy embroidered t-shirts Nepal is so famous for, right? How many people have come to Nepal and come away with the beautiful embroidered t-shirts? Oh, I should have worn one today. Oh, I have an embroidered mask today with a mustache from my friend Ganesh store here in the Jata side of Tamil.
In Kathmandu, I came 1982 from Kashmir.
Kashmir, okay.
Yeah.
Were you also doing the embroidery there?
Embroidery.
Ah, okay.
I learned in Kashmir.
Ah, okay.
Embroidery.
Okay. There was a big scene back then on Freak Street, right?
Yes.
Many tourists, many foreigners.
Yeah, that time.
Yeah.
Freak Street is very popular.
And there was many people making the embroidered t-shirts then.
T-shirt, yeah.
Did you start doing anything different from the other people?
Yeah.
What were you doing that was different?
Actually, I came here, that time embroidery is very simple embroidery. It's a mountain about like this. Like
Right, just the outline of a mountain, like a silhouette.
Yeah, similar. Then after I came here, then I make nice mountain background.
Put in more and more details and more
details,
fill-in work, yeah. I think the t-shirts from Nepal are amazing how much they have the details of the mandalas and the yetis, and some of them just funny, some of them like art, you know. So people started to copy your idea of putting in more details?
Yeah, in Kathmandu, I think many sample it's my design. My own. I make design and people copy.
Right. So you came up with some of the more famous designs that everybody has now. Yeah. And you're still doing that in Balaju.
Yeah.
And you have a shop out there.
Small shops.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We'll have to check that out. What is the name of the shop?
No name.
No name.
No name.
Just shop.
Just shop.
Right. It's Nepal, right? People know when they walk by that you have shirts because they can see the shirts, right? Right. So right now we're sitting in my friend Ganesh. Ganesh, you want to come over and say hi?
Hello.
Also, you make beautiful, very artistic and creative designs on your t-shirts. Many people in really any place in the world will copy someone else.
Yes.
But you've always had very innovative ideas. Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, because my hobby, I like to make something different, something nicer and good popular, and we have to do regularly this handicraft. This is my hobby. That's why I control the quality
Right.
T-shirt quality and thread quality also I check. Sometimes I check on the detergent powder. Then after I put
Ah, okay.
and I stitch. You know.
Make sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Always-
always found it very exciting because when I come in here, there's new ideas. There's always a very new ideas. But sometimes I know just even this year in 2020, many people have been having masks, new masks. And so you thought, well, maybe I could put an embroidered mustache on a mask, right? So again, it's that idea that there's a lot of creative spirit in Nepal, and it's a long tradition where, you know, some people make copy someone else, but there's always too the artists, the true artists making new ideas. Yeah?
I'm thinking always I have to make something new than other place.
So where do you get your ideas for the new designs?
I just for my mind.
Just come out of your mind. You're like,
Yeah.
I know an idea.
Yeah.
So do you sometimes look at a tonka or a painting and come up, maybe
Yes,
that would work on
sometime,
a t-shirt?
Sometime like this and sometime an idea. Sometime if I see new picture, then I have to make completely different than this.
Yeah.
I put my ideas and I take some ideas and make something different.
It is those differences of ideas and designs that so many embroidery artists have created over the years that have established an art form that is really worth checking out on any visit to Nepal.